Hello, people of my community. I am gonna show you my Nats franchise roster. As you see, it's August 1st. Um, September call-ups are 31 days away. There's the Nats record, or my record right there, 48 and 61. Interestingly, last time I checked how close I was to the Nats real record, was like the middle of June, and I was only 3 games under the Nets win record. So I had 3 less wins than the Nets actually did on that day. So I think my franchise has gone pretty realistically, and the standings are pretty realistic, at least in my division too. With the Braves, other than the Braves being, well, the Braves still have Acuna, so that makes a difference. But the Braves and Phillies are really close together. The Mets and then the Marlins. So first, let me show you. As you see, we're not ranked 29th or whatever anymore. We're ranked 26th. I'm just gonna pull up what I. Alright. We are gonna go in to the lineups first. So the roster, here we go. CJ Abrams leading off. Joey, Eddie, Jesse, Keibert, Lane, Louie, Ildemaro, and James Wood. Wood is struggling. Let's look at his stats. 30 games, 103 at-bats, only 15 hits. He's batting 146. And of his 15 hits, 6 have been home runs, but I'm not going to be sending him down anytime soon. He is on the team for good. Why is he number 23? I think this is the day that he's getting called up in real life. I'm going to the game. I'm excited. And I did realize that I called him up around like June 23rd, and in real life, he's getting called up on July 1st. So it's pretty close to, if he didn't get hurt and he was out those 2 weeks in real life, that I probably would have called him up pretty much the same time that he did in real life. So that's pretty cool. But, yeah, he's not doing very good. Why is he number 23? Because, well, we got a pitcher who's number 50, and I'll show you him. I think I mentioned him before, but I'll show you him because I needed a lefty pretty badly. But Jacob Young was called up. He hasn't played yet. He has played a game on pinch ran and played some defense, but he scored a run, which is cool. Gene Segura called up because after the trade deadline, because I just needed another guy to play third base. I wanted to get a third baseman or a second baseman because he's been actually hot lately. Oh, yeah, yep, he has the fire next to him. He's been hot lately, but if he didn't start slugging all of a sudden, he has 9 home runs now. 260, 293 wouldn't be cutting it for me. So his OPS is over 700 as well now. So I'd probably look for a platoon, and that'd be with Vargas, because he's been actually doing pretty good. His numbers aren't really showing it, but because he kind of started slumping. But if I mean, I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, Vargas, I was going to platoon with Vargas and Louie, but that didn't happen, and so my offensive lineup is pretty much the same. But if you want to look at my team, here we go. CJ, 100 games, 101 games. He's got 117 hits, 10 homers, 39 RBIs, 276, 420 slugging, 326 on base. Joey Meneses was my all-star, 95 games. He has 17 homers, 23 doubles, 59 RBIs. He has a stolen base. 293, 348, 497. Sorry, my dog just came in and I got distracted by waving at her. How you doing, little girl? But let's go back to CJ for a second. He's got 38 stolen bases right now, so that's pretty cool. Eddie Rosario is my team all-star. He's got 75 games played, 98 hits, 25 home runs. He's starting to slump. He's down to 353. Yeah, I say down to 353, 278 at-bats. 417 on base still and 719 slugging. I love hitting with him. Jesse Winker, he was doing good, really good at the beginning of the season. And now he's back to pretty much his average career-wise. I mean, yeah, 265 is his career, 264 is his career. And he's hitting 265, 318 on base, 478 slugging. He's doing pretty realistic. Keeper, he's doing good lately. 256, 276, 444. He's got 18 home runs, which is tying his career high. I've always liked hitting with him. I'm not surprised I'm hitting well with him. Lane has been up and down. He's batting 251, 327, 471. Honestly, it's as expected for him. Looking at last year, he got 268, 315, 468. So it's pretty expected for Lane to be doing this. Louis 260, 293, 413. Vargas in 78 games. He's 247, 327, 364, and James Wood I've already talked about. Riley Adams, let's just look at him real quick. 192, 298, 411. He's got 5 home runs, tying his career high. And Joey Gallo, I kept him on the team because, well, he produces. He's been 180, not 81, but he walks to find him out. His on base is 299. Yeah, he strikes out a lot, obviously, but his OPS is 735. It's not terrible. And, I mean, he just produces. He hits the ball hard almost every time when he puts it in play. And, I just felt like I needed a guy on the bench. And, yeah, he's just a producer. I'd be okay with him playing every day if someone went down. And then, oh, excuse me, my left-handed lineup. Let's look at the pitching rotation because this is where we got changes. If you peeked anything right there, let's first look. We got JoJo Gray. He's my ace. He's 9-3. 365, 125. Kay Cavalli in 8 games started. He's 2-4. 38 strikeouts in his 8 games. 383, 121. Mackenzie Gore. He's 6-10 in 22 starts. He's got a 4.76 ERA with 144 WHIP. Steven Strasburg. Woo! 5 games started on the year. He hasn't retired when I started this franchise, so I have put injuries on to start the year. So he was injured and he came back. He's got 5 games started. Doing good. 3.45 ERA, 1.22 WHIP, 22 strikeouts in 28 innings with 9 walks. He's doing pretty good. They moved him to a C potential, which sucks, but there's Steven Strasburg. And we go to our first traded player at the deadline. Here he is, Walker Buehler. Number 27, sorry, Jake Irvin. I gave him a new number. But, Walker Buehler, everybody, I traded him. This year, he's got 12 games started, which is not a lot because he was hurt. He's 3-3 with a 4.38 ERA, 1.41 WHIP. Why would I trade for Walker Buehler? Well, he was on the trade block. And let's go to the Dodgers. They don't really need Mr. Walker Buehler. Kershaw's back. They got Ohtani, because he's hitting, he's not hurt. In the franchise at least. Tyler Glasnow obviously is doing good. Kershaw, Bobby Miller, who is going to be their future. 83 A potential, and he's 25 years old. And Tony Gonsolin is back from the IL. And then this guy, he was in their rotation. He was doing pretty good, so they can slide into the rotation anyway. So yeah, he was on the trade block. Walker Buehler, 79 overall. He's got a C potential, 29 years old. He's going to be a free agent. If he, I mean, he's not that Steven Strasburg type because he's kind of had injury issues. But, I mean, he's a good guy to have, especially with the other guys that you'll see. Yana Doan, he started 2 games, once in the bullpen. He's in the bullpen, obviously. 3.09 ERA, 1.6 WHIP. Liam Hendricks is a guy I traded for earlier in the year. He's doing okay. I almost thought about trading him at the deadline, actually, because that's how long I've had him. But he was offered to me from the Red Sox. So I said, yeah, I'll take him. Sam Ball, he's number 50. He was the lefty I got. He's doing very well from the Reds. 1.45 ERA, 1.45 WHIP. That's cool. I didn't even notice that. But he's got 31 innings pitched in 31 games. Tanner Rainey did terrible at the beginning of the season, and then he's starting to do good now. There's his numbers. Scott Alexander, another trade deadline acquisition. Oh, first of all, who I got for Walker Buehler was Alex Call, who had 13 at-bats in the majors, 1 run, a home run. He's batted 154, 154, 385, and I traded Kyle Finnegan also. And he did terrible for me. He was doing not very good in the minors either. I had to send him down. He was 1-1 in the majors, 17 innings, 13 Ks, 6 walks, 7.41 ERA with a 2.29 WHIP. So I traded Finnegan. Because I am going to try to push for a wild card spot. But Scott Alexander, here he is, another lefty. He was on the trade block from the Athletics. He was the first trade I made. I wanted another lefty that could give me quality stuff. Look at his career numbers. He's got a 3.19 ERA with a 1.29 WHIP. So he's good, pretty good career. Yeah, he hasn't pitched a lot this year, 14 innings. But, and he's played 1 game so far for me. But, I mean, he's going to be a quality guy in the bullpen and a lefty. He's going to be my lefty specialist, and Sam Ball's going to be moving around between setup for lefties and specialist. But for Alexander, I traded Patrick Corbin and Maxwell Romero Jr., he's a catcher, if you don't know who that is. And Romero Jr. is a 60 overall, D potential, 22 years old. He was in single A for me. And Patrick Corbin, who I mentioned, I sent him down. He never made a start. I made 1 start for AAA, but for his major league numbers, he was 3-11, 115.2 innings pitched, 64 Ks, 32 walks, 5.52 ERA, and a 1.7 WHIP. Blake Trinan was offered to me from the Dodgers. Welcome back to the Nats. He's number 49 because whatever number he was before was taken. I don't remember what it was on Nats. But 2.66 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, and I needed another setup guy because I don't fully trust Dylan Floro. Yeah, he's doing well. But his WHIP is it's 1.49. That's pretty kind of getting up there for a setup guy. And Hunter Harvey is my closer. He was actually doing not good like the first 2 weeks of the season. But he is 7-4 out of the bullpen. He's got 14 saves, only 2 blown. 41 games, 43 innings pitched, 50 strikeouts. He gets a lot of Ks, 105 WHIP, 3.35 ERA. Now let's go to the other guys I traded for. Here's Ricky Tiedemann. Traded him from the Blue Jays. I traded Nick Senzel, Trevor Williams, and Elijah Nunez to the Blue Jays for Tiedemann. Tiedemann is the number 19 overall prospects in the majors, according to MLB The Show. 4th in my organization now, and 5th overall in the starting pitchers in MLB The Show. And AAA, he is 4-12 with a 109 innings pitched, 79 strikeouts to 43 walks, 4.6 ERA, 1.48 WHIP. That's his AAA numbers, and he is on the 40-man. I did not realize that. So he fills the 40-man spot. As you see, he's a potential 69 overall already, 6'4", and he's a lefty. So he could be a guy that's a good future for me. Simeon Woods Richardson, I did trade for him. I had mentioned him before. So I traded for him from the Twins. I traded Derek Law, Juan Yepes, and Richard Blyer to Twins. Woods Richardson is my 7th organizational prospect, ranked 67 overall, C potential. He has major league service time. It's 0.6, but he still has it. He's doing pretty good in the majors this year as well, in real life. And in AAA this year, he's 5-6, 104 innings pitched, 97 strikeouts to 60 walks. That's kind of a lot. But we'll work on that. 3.96 ERA and a 1.6 WHIP. Yeah, he's not doing great, but I mean, if Yon Don starts not doing good, he's a guy that I can call up and add him to the bullpen if I wanted to. And I think that was it for my trades. That was it. So I have signed some guys to fill the rest of my roster up. A catcher, Rory McCann, 53 overall D potential, he's 27 years old. Pedro Luis, he's a left fielder, 57 overall C potential, he's 24. Alfred Baca, 56 overall C potential, 23 years old, he's a left fielder. Starting pitcher, 69 overall C potential at 25 years old, Ricky Patton. Second baseman, Neil Wells, 53 overall C potential, 23-year-old. And the last guy I signed is a first baseman who is already in the Nats organization. He was drafted in 2022, I think. Nathaniel Ocho Leva, 43 overall D potential. He's 20 years old. He was not on the roster. He was a free agent for some reason. And I just signed him because he's actually on the roster in real life anyway. But yes, that is my Nats. Jackson Rutledge has some MLB playing time. First round pick a few years ago for the Nats. He did, actually, I was really pleased with him, actually. 60 innings with 51 strikeouts, 5 ERA, 1.5 WHIP. But he's doing really good in AAA. DJ Hurts has got some playing time, 7 games. Jake Irvin was in the rotation to start the year, but obviously he's got an 11.08 ERA with a 2.92 WHIP. I had to send him down for that. Jose Ferrer was on the roster. He did not do good. Thad Ward has seen a few games. He's a guy that I can call up again. Okay, Jacob Barnes is on the 40-man. Mason Thompson was injured, and he's only seen 5 games at AAA, but he's doing good, so I can call him up. And Jordan Weems hasn't seen a game yet, and I'm easily going to call him back up if something happens. But he's out of options, so if I call him up, he is going to stay on the roster. Mitchell Parker had to move down to AA. Cole Henry down here. Joe Lasorsa had to move him down to AA. And Amos Willingham recently moved down to AA. Let's look at my minor league roster. Robert Hassel III, doing good. He's going to be called up soon, maybe. Trey Lipscomb seen some time in the majors. Not very good, though. Dylan Cruz here. He's not ready to be called up. Mike Alou, doing good, but he's played games. He was DFA'd in real life to begin the year, but that was after I started my franchise, and I ended up DFAing him anyway after his 6 games, batting 125 for me. Brady House moved up to AAA. Not doing very good, though. Clough is here. Keyboom is here again. Darren Baker's doing pretty good, but I think Robert Hassel III is probably going to be my next call-up. And then here's AA. Jeremy De La Rosa doing pretty good. Elijah Green was doing pretty good, but not on base is okay. Slugging not very good, so he's not moving anywhere. And yeah, that's the roster. So I think we can. Oh well, I can't see. Well, you look at, here's my my draft number 1 draft choice, 10th overall. His potential to get up to a 93, 18 years old, left-handed pitcher. Excuse me, but his draft rank for that I ranked it in is number 10, and I drafted it at number 10. And I was looking for a starter anyway. So yeah, so the next time you'll be hearing from me live is going to be a live game. Let's advance the day. This is the game that you'll be seeing. Walker Buehler will be on the mound for my Nats at home. To start August in my push for a wild card spot, August 2nd. I did have goals for my franchise, and my goal of the month of July was to get 16 wins, and I got 13. So the month of August, I'm going to aim for 16 again, which means 11 losses. And it would be really nice if I got to like 20 wins, which is more unrealistic, but that'd be only 7 losses. It's possible, but kind of unrealistic. But I feel like my team has been kind of hot lately. Since the All-Star break, we are, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 6, so 500. But overall in July, 13 and 12. And I mean, I do know I'm getting hot. We're starting to score runs. My pitchers are starting to come around with the moves I made. We're down to a 4.75 ERA. You know, I haven't even looked at awards from the last month. Nice. I'll show you May. Here's Eddie Rosario, 92 at bats, 370 average, 10 homers, 22 RBIs. That's my only award so far. Look at the league leaders. Rosario obviously would be up number 1. Tied with Altuve for number 1. If he had enough at bats. Joey Meneses is 14. Let's look at for hits. CJ 117, he's 10th. At bat, CJ. Doubles, Jesse Winker's up there. Triples, I don't really care about. Eddie Rosario, 6th in home runs. We don't have to go through all this, but, yeah. Awards. Let's see if any of my players, MVP, we got 2 Braves in the running right now. Find some Nats in here. There we go. Silver Slugger and Eddie Rosario is in the running. And that's it. That's anything else we need to look at. By injury list, Stone Garrett is out. Unfortunately, he fractured his leg again. He's on 60-day. He's in AAA anyway. He has seen some time in the MLB. And Dustin Sains for the Nats. But that's it. I'll see you guys soon. I'll let you know when my live stream will be. See ya later.